Alright, I figured it would be easier. Just make this a YouTube video than usually how I show people. Um, it's not too hard. It's not as hard as it's going to probably look. But, and it's pretty easy. It won't take too much work. You just need to build one side and then you just copy and paste to do the other side. But first, you want to spawn your units. This is kind of like just a simplified version. It's just two sides. I have the 212th over here, 501st over here. So first thing you want to do is tag your units. So the 501st, I just tagged them 501. You can kind of see it. If you don't know how to tag, you just select the unit, press U plus 6, and then just write in, their tag. So tag them 501. I tagged the 212th over here. I just named them 212. And then I tagged the droids as well. I just named them the same thing, just with the D added. So this is like the droids the 212 is attacking. Yeah, and then the same thing for the 501st droids. Then after you spawn them in, you have all your units, you tag them. I then added 2 lats. You just put them off map because they'll teleport to where they have to go anyways. This one, just tag it. So the lat that's going to go to the 501st of the 501st, kill their units first, just lat 501. And then for the 212, lat 212. And then add the tags hidden for both of them so they don't like just kind of awkwardly just stand there. Though the hidden tag will remove itself once you use the waypoint. So after you have all that set up, I'll use the 501st as the main example. So after you have that all set up, you're going to have to make some events. The first event that I use is these ones labeled 212D and 501D. So just to get them out of the way, just make the events to start off with. So I have 501D, 501 takeoff, and 501 transfer. Then the same for the 212. So make those events. And then over here, thought my recording thing's in the way. But here, there you go. So events, these are going to be like the initial. It's easier just to kind of do it like this because it's going to set off who's going to be transferred and when they're going to be transferred. So for the 501st, I have entities 501D. So basically, you could just copy this. Basically, what this tells the game is that once it detects that all these droids are not alive anymore, it will send off the event 501D. So this will be set, which entail will lead this one to be triggered. So basically what this does is once the droids that the 501st are attacking are all dead, the game is going to recognize that and it's going to set off this event. And what that's going to do is it's going to, excuse me. Hold on, I got a little confused. Okay, here we go. Here, this is the right trigger. Should be looking at. Sorry, my recording thing is like blocking my view, so I can't really see what I'm clicking. Just trying to click the right thing. Here we go. So right, okay. So after this is set off, after the events for this one is set off, so after this detects that all the 501st droids, all the droids that the 501st are attacking are dead, it's going to set this one off. And then also an added thing, so like if the 212th kills their droids, like it won't set off. Because right, why would they go over there if the 212th already killed them? But in the event that there are still 212 droids alive, this is what that's going to detect. If there's any 212 droids are alive, you can just copy this. So in that case, in the case that the 501st, the droids that the 501st are attacking are dead, and the 212 still has droids that they're fighting, is going to set up this whole lat thing, this whole lat transfer. So I put a little delay. Yeah, you don't really have to. I just like to do it. Then the actor to waypoint. Then you're going to put the LATs tag, whatever you want to tag it. Then the waypoint it's going to, that you see at the bottom, it's 0. And then the approach is going to be teleport and rotate. Then a little delay in between. Then I'm going to set it. So this is what's gonna help it land more smoothly. Because normal lats, like if you don't do any scripting, the lat if you have a lat just land, like it's going to skid across the ground for like 100 feet. Like it's going to take a while for it to stop. So this is just going to help it stop on a dime instead of just kind of gliding. So just set the actor state, put the tag of the lat, speed doesn't matter. Just set the speed to 10. So only go 10 kilometers per hour. I'll slow it down enough for it'll land smoothly. Then you put an air state tag, or I mean an air state command. Again, tag of the lat. Just check this off. Altitude of 0. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention, when you're setting up your lats, make sure you edit this, make the chassis to airborne, and then put whatever altitude. You don't worry about this. Just do this one and it'll automatically fill this out. I put it at 15. So what this is going to do is after it detects that the droids are dead and that it recognizes that the 212th is still fighting droids, it's going to set the lat to come and land. So that's basically what this does. And this is when we're using the next trigger or our next event. It's just easier to kind of set them like this. So put the event 501 takeoff to be set so that so basically what this is going to do is that it's going to tell the game after that these land. It's going to set off the next the next series of triggers to tell the troops to get into the transport. So after this is done, now we get into this one. So as you see, event. So in condition, make it so when that event is triggered, this will start these series of events. So after the waypoint, this is going to be telling the troops to go towards the transport. Instead of teleport and rotate, you're going to do force so it looks more natural. Because we could just teleport this because it's going to be out of bounds anyways. So that doesn't matter. And then actor state, having them run. You know, if you don't put an actor state for them, they're just going to like stroll towards it. And then for the waypoint we're using right here, you could see a waypoint 4 to 5. So on the 5th one, once they reach the end of that waypoint, what I did, instead of using a board command, I used a linker. Because for some reason, when I tried to use the board, only like one troop got in for whatever reason. So the linker makes sure all of them gets in. It doesn't look as natural, but it just gets them all in the transport. So this is going to be set to when you first do it on the waypoint, it's going to be set to waypoint. Just click on this and change it to the standard, and then use lat, the tag of the lat. Link entities 501. So this is just going to tell the game to put the entities into the lat. Then the 1 second delay, and then that's when you're set off your next event. So this is going to set off when the lat takes off after all the troops get in, and this is going to set it to where the lat will take off again to land at this next point. That leads us to the next one, 501 transfer. So now this is going to tell the game to set the lat to take off. So first you want to change the air state now so just make sure this is unchecked and change it to 5. I try to put it back at 15 and even at 10. For some reason the lat crashes. I'm not sure why, so just keep it at 5 or a low number. You could gradually increase it too. I think that would work. I didn't really test that, but you could do like altitude 5 and then like a delay and then air state 10. But just for sake of simplicity, I'll just put it at 5. Then actor state, you're gonna have to make it go fast again. I don't think you really need this one, but I just put it anyways. So just make sure the speed's at 40. Then a small delay. Then this is going to tell, after it takes off, it's going to tell it to follow this waypoint. This waypoint you see 6 to 7. And then force. And then this is going to, so the delay you put between is same thing for over here too. The delay you put in between when you want it to land is going to differ. You're going to have to time that out depending on the distance. So for me, it was 10 seconds for it to sort of reach waypoint 7, but you know, you're gonna have to kind of play around with that timing wise. Then once you're ready for it to land again, use the same thing we did last time: actor state, lat 501, speed 10, and then air state ground. So then after it lands, we're going to use a zone. So after the lat reaches, you can kind of see it. You'll be able to see it better right now if my recording software could get out of the way. There we go. So you can see that I use some zones. So I just named this one land. So this is basically going to tell the game once the lat has reached its landing zone, it's going to touch down, and then it's going to emit the troops. So I use kind of be general because it's not going to land directly on the waypoint. So I kind of made it take up a big space. So that's what this emit is going to be. So use a near condition, and so the tag the zone where it's going to be kind of in the landing zone where it's going to land, and then put a delay of like 2-3 seconds because as soon as it hits the zone, that's when it's going to start that's when it's going to want to release the troops. So you, like, give it a second to fully land until it's like on the ground. So like 2 or 3 seconds maybe. Yeah, that should be like good. And then use as a emit command for the crew, because if you don't add a crew tag, it's just going to emit everyone inside, including the pilots. So if you don't want that, just for crew, set the tag to the tag of the troops, then mode crew. Make sure it sets. It should be. I think it will be automatically set to all. So make sure to change it to crew. Select the lat, the vehicle that where the troops are going to be exiting out of. And that should be pretty much it. It's kind of sounds like a lot, but it's not really. For the 212, you get copy and paste triggers. So like 501 emit, just press Alt plus C and rename it to 201 emit, 212 emit, and just change the tags. Like here, lat 212 lat. So like yeah, for this one, like if I copy and pasted the trigger, which I did here, I'll just change the name, just change to 212 or whatever tag you made the 212 be. And that should be pretty much it. So it should work like this. Let me unselect that. There we go. So for just testing, I want to have the 501st win their firefight first, hopefully.
We got droids, sir. Droids.
There you go. So look, you see the lats coming in? It's going to land flat. Oh. They're supposed to work the first time. Let's see. It's a fun thing about the editor, because you don't know where something might have gone wrong. Let's see. There you go. I don't know.
Contact.
What the heck are they doing? Because they see the combat happening. Okay, let me try that again. It's going to be a learning experience, because when I was testing it, these guys weren't in combat. So what happens sometimes when the units are in combat is they'll get distracted. Like they won't, instead of following their trigger, they'll kind of just get like sidetracked with trying to fight whatever's happening over here. If they're far enough, like if they're a greater distance than this shouldn't be an issue. But if they're like this close, then something you can do. I think on the fly real quick. Something you could do if, again, my thing is in the way. There you go. Here we go. Is in their actor state. Here, this is actually an easier. So in their actor state, make them brain dead. So it's kind of, that's essentially what it does. It's kind of just makes the AI even more dumb. Put them on hold, move mode hold, weapon prepare off, AI move disabled, and don't select any of that. And this should make them dumb enough where they won't react to anything. AI, here we go, and control to AI. So this should make them ignore pretty much anything. So hopefully now this will work a bit better. Okay, the Lat's coming in. And then they should... There we go. Yeah, so that's like a little fix you can do if they're like so close, like they get set off by the other AI. Now it's going to fly. And now they're going to deploy. So yeah, it's a pretty simple script.
Yes, General.
That was a little weird. But yeah, so the one thing about doing it that way though, like to kind of make the AI more brain dead. I don't know how these guys ended up here. To make the AI a bit more brain dead. Or no, I'm sorry. To use that method to make them brain dead to get on the lat if they get triggered by like this fight over here and they don't want to move is something you can do to turn it off. You would have to add like an actor state. So when they emit, just add an actor state that basically kind of reverses everything. So it would probably be something like control, user, fire mode, open. I would still have move mode on hold. Weapons repair on, AI move enabled. Basically just reverse what you did back there. And then something I just realized about, I don't know why, oh yeah, okay, now I see why. Using the linker puts every unit with a tag that's alive, or it doesn't matter if they're alive or dead, it'll just put any unit with the tag inside of here, and then just kind of emitted their dead body standing. Let's see, to fix that, so you just have like random standing dead bodies. As you can, this is kind of a bit more advanced, but it should be okay, I think. I guess I'll find out right now. Yeah. A bit more advanced thing you do is on selector. Actually, no, we can just do it normal. I was going to do it something else, but just state not dead. Sorry, there you go, not dead. Wait, so that will just tell. Oh, whoops! Actually, I did on the wrong thing. Never mind. Not on this one. On entities. There we go. Okay, so on this one, where you have the units tagged, just put state not dead. There you go, and that should fix that problem of having dead bodies spawn. But yeah. Aside from that, that should be pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we'll run it through again. Well, on this one, all of them lived. So with the linker, that's going to be an issue too. Like if they're like all healing and just one of them runs over there, it's going to put them all in there. But it's better than just using the board command, because the board commands, for some reason for me anyways, it didn't work. Okay, then they're all going to deploy and then run towards over there. The thing about the gem editor, there's so many small variables that change that could really mess up the scripting. But as a simple sort of easy way of doing it, this is a good way. I just kind of want to test if the Instead of the linker, you could try to use the board one. Maybe it'll work for you. For me, it didn't. The boarding will make it a bit more natural, because what this does is just literally just spawns them inside of it. This one doesn't even want to admit this, the 501st Trooper. Technically, in other words, yeah, the reason I didn't admit it for some reason is because it's in the passenger, or it's in the, yeah, I don't know. See, there's so many like weird things that could happen. You know, if you're just, I'm not sure if this is for a mission or you just like playing casually. If you're just playing casually, you could just, you know, admit it manually.
You can't negotiate
Yeah.
with droids.
You know, it really is going to depend. Like, I ran it 3 times, and there was 3 different reactions to, you know, how the game reacted to the scripting. So, hopefully, it works out okay, relatively. And yeah, that should be it.